Hey guys, I'm Zoe and I play The Sims, and today I am talking to you about Heathers because I built these bedrooms of characters from Heathers. It's because I've seen it, so I went to see it on Friday and I'm going to see it again tonight, which is Wednesday. So I've seen it twice in pretty much the same week, and I'm really excited. It's a really good musical, and you should all watch it. But it's not a family friendly musical. Be warned. Uh, they at the start of the performance, because it's a university performance, and also I think it just happens at most performances of Heathers. They have to warn you about all of the trigger warnings of the things that are in the musical, and it's a long list. You're like, oh boy. Okay. So I started with JD's room because I thought it would be dark and miserable. I thought because he's just moved into town, and so I didn't think that he'd have much of his own stuff. I thought this would just be like the random. I wanted to put that chandelier in there as like he'd have seen it and it would have amused him, and he would have been like, "I'll just put that in my room." It's like an ironic joke, but then I was like, "No, it's actually too fancy." And that he would have just taken up a whole wall with scribbles or scrapboarding or I don't know, because I feel like JD doesn't really take much stuff with him. He seems like a one suitcase kind of guy. So it's just sort of basic furniture, and those are like the paintings that came in the room when he arrived. But yeah, I did think that he would have picked this kind of dark, dingy room as entertaining him. And of course it has 3 windows that Veronica has to climb through one of them. Oh my gosh, I love this musical. It's so much fun. I don't even know how to give you a plot synopsis because it's so crazy. Basically, a student accidentally murders the queen bee, horrible mean girls teen lady, and fakes it as a suicide, and then it doesn't stop there. I don't know how to give the plot of this, but basically it's hilarious, in a non-family friendly way. So it's hilarious in an adult way, but it is fun. It's set in a high school. Yeah, with the high school queen bee. Speaking of the high school queen bee, this is Heather Chandler's room. Oh, all 3. So there's like the 3 mean girls, and the big bad is Heather Chandler, and this is her room. So, and they tend to color code them. So Heather Chandler is red, Heather McNamara is generally green, and Heather McNamara is yellow, and Heather Duke is green. You see how I get confused? So they're called the Heathers because obviously their names are all Heather, and what else would you call them? So this is her grand wardrobe. I feel like Heather Chandler comes from a really rich family because she's all snobby about how Veronica's family, doesn't even have all of these things. But Veronica's family already looks like a kind of a wealthy family, and so you're like, ugh, she doesn't think this is fancy. Clearly, her life is far too fancy for words. So I thought, yeah, this would be her bedroom. She would have a walk-in closet at the back of her room, which was a lot of fun because I did my last one of these was Glinda and Elphaba's apartment. And so for Glinda's room, I sort of did a walk-in wardrobe at the back, but this one I think makes more sense because the room's bigger. It's not an apartment, obviously. I put these all rooms up individually on the gallery. I think they'll be up by the time you see this, probably. We'll see. If not, I'll put them up there as soon as possible. My gallery origin ID, by the way, is PepperPatel. I might change it to Zoe Sims, but I have to work out how to do that, and I just haven't had time at the moment. So yeah, at some point, it might be that. But at the moment, it's PepperPatel, and you can check down in the description, always, of all my builds. It's got my origin ID. So yeah, I like this musical. Yeah, also I've seen it too many times, and I've listened to the soundtrack. If you haven't listened to the soundtrack, it's worth listening to, because all the songs are great. Like, I was sitting in the audience listening to this thing, and the first song comes on, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this song. And the second song comes on, and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot this is a song. I love this song. And the third one's like, oh my god, this is my favorite song. And the next one is like, no, this one's my favorite song. Just all the songs for every song in the entire musical. I was like, this is great. It's actually kind of weird though, because the people that I'm going with are, like, they're all friends together in a group, and I've sort of, because I only started uni this year, so I've only joined the group this year, and they all already know each other, and it's just like a slew of inside jokes, and so I'm like, am I sort of the awkward, baby tag-along like a little sister thing where your little sister tags along with stuff and you're like, ugh, go away, I want to play with my cool friends? Or am I, like, actually part of the group? This is one of the issues I always have when I'm hanging out with friends my age. Oh yeah, I forgot to put lighting. I do swap back and forwards between the rooms sometimes. If I see a piece of furniture or something that belongs in another room, I'm like, oh, I should go put that in that room. I come back to Heather's room at some point when when I find one of the things from Vintage Glamour. I'm like, there's where that was. And I go and put that back in her room at some point. I'm sorry if it's sort of weird camera movements and things. Oh, what was the thing? Oh yeah, when I hang out with people who are older than me, or the same age as me, I'm always like, oh, do you think I'm like the weird little sister, like following you around and you really want me to go away so you can go and be cool? Or am I also, like, do you think I'm cool? Do I count as cool? I don't have this issue with younger kids. Younger kids love me because I treat them as though they're adults. Like, I just treat them as though they have brains, and that they're like a regular person who can talk to me, which happens surprisingly often to young children, so they all tend to love me and respect me in return. So this bedroom, because the three obvious main characters are Heather Chandler, Veronica Sawyer, and JD. They're the big characters, and I was like, well, I want to do 4 bedrooms, so who's the 4th bedroom going to be? And so I chose Martha Dunstock, because I thought that would be the most fun to make. And so she is kind of she's Veronica's best friend. She, she's been in love with one of the high school jocks since kindergarten. She has a great song, it's called My Kindergarten Boyfriend. It's really sad, and I just, every time it comes on, I'm like, but she's really sweet. And she's seen The Princess Bride, like, she rents The Princess Bride every time they have a movie night. It seems like they have a movie night every week, and Veronica's like, girl, what are you doing? So I really like making this room because it's nice and colourful. I think this one actually ended up being my favourite room. Veronica's is kind of stock standard. I felt like she's a regular human being. More or less. Slightly more murdery than most human beings, but, you know, we can't all be perfect. Some of us have to be a little accidentally murdery. Don't we? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I liked using all of these things because they're, like, her room is radically different from the other rooms. Like, this would be a room that I would like to have as my room because it's just so warm and welcoming and happy. And who doesn't want to be warm and welcomed and happy? I mean, whereas Heather Chandler's room, I don't know, scares me. Like, it's so sterile. And ew. And she's also, yeah, I gave Heather Chandler a massive bar because, I feel like she's one of those people who would just have one of those in her room. I was going to give her the little globe one from Vintage Glamour, and I was like, nah, she's too fabulous for that. She just go all out. She's not apologizing for having a bar in her room. She's not hiding it. She just has one. And yeah, Mother has little toys, because I thought she'd be cute. And these little ottomans. Yeah, they're cute. I like them. I like this room. And I don't know, it makes me feel cuddly. It's a cuddly room. There, I found the thing. I was like, there you go. Have that Vintage Glamour thing in your room, Heather. With your creepy red bed. Sorry, I'm just drinking some tea. It's 31 degrees here and I made myself tea. Why do I do this to myself? I'm not even sorry though. It's really nice tea. Like, to be fair, my house is quite cool. Last night I seriously considered putting on the heater. I think I actually said that. Did I? Did I record a voice over, or was that just in maybe that was just in the Rest in Pufferfish number 4 that I was doing yesterday. I was like, why was I telling stories in that? Anyway, apparently I was. That's always entertaining. That's also about murder. Turns out everything on my channel is about murder. Also this build. That's a story build. Yeah, I didn't know what to do for this story build. I thought I might do something. I've been watching The Magicians recently. I'm on the last episode of season 1, so don't spoil it. So I thought next I might build break builds, but I was too scared. So it's like, let's do nice friendly room builds instead. And also, yeah, I'm seeing Heathers so often this week. I was like, let's watch all the Heathers. And then do more Heathers things. And yeah, this is Veronica's room. So she's, yes, typically blue. So the 3 Heathers are red, green, and yellow, and she's blue. And then JD's black. So they all have, like, color coding generally on the stage, and most productions do the same almost choreography and staging and set design. Well, they all feed off each other, but the color coding is in every production I've seen, which is crazy. I don't know if I actually thought to myself about why she has a giant bacon and eggs and sausage posters in her room. I didn't actually consider that. But she does, right next to her bed. Huh. Why did I do that? I thought she'd find the find the lamp funny. I don't know. I like these characters, and I know everything that happens in the musical, and I still cried. Because my friend's in it. One of the people that I know. Well, I don't know if we're actually friends, because you know when people are friendly with you, but you haven't committed to being friends with them. You're like, oh yeah, they're a cool person, and then they act like you're already friends, and I'm like, are we already friends? Were we already friends? And I didn't. Are we friends? Like, I had not committed myself to being friends here, but if you've committed yourself to being friends, like, I'm down for that, but have you? And then, yeah. Basically, this is just a build where I confess that I'm really socially awkward and don't know how to interact with people. But hey, that fits the theme of this. That fits the theme of Heather's, right? I have no idea what I'm going to call this. Just Heather's bedrooms? Bedrooms from, like, what am I supposed to call this? Also, yeah, I thought she'd have a teddy on her bed, because secretly, she's also a child. Yeah, and she's the messiest of them all, including JD, just because I didn't think he had that much stuff to throw on the floor. Like, otherwise I would have made it messy, but I just didn't think he owned enough to toss at places. Whereas Veronica's more of a hoarder, and also a floor chucker. In my mind. I mean, I don't know, comment down below your headcanons about these characters. Do they get happily ever afters? Probably not. Let's be real. Yeah, I didn't know what to put on that wall, so it's like, it's a window now. I pictured that bit sort of sticking out a little, and so the bit where the bookcases is would probably be attached to a wall, but that window obviously sticks out a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how you would put these in a house. I've never actually put a room build in a house. Do people actually put room builds in houses? I've asked this before, but I'm still awaiting clarification. So yeah. That was fun. I really enjoyed making these, actually. It's a lot of fun doing little room bits, especially for characters. I don't know, I just really like characters, and I like making things for them. So comment down below as well any fandoms that you'd like me to build, like bedrooms, or Sims, or massive builds. Like, I want to do brick builds, which is a massive English manor, but I'm scared. So I'm gonna go watch Hatsy builds for inspiration, and then eventually it'll work out. So yeah, like if you liked, subscribe for more chaos. This was slightly less chaos than usual, but most of it is chaos. And yeah, comment down below fandoms and fun things and your headcanons about all the Heather's characters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.